Well, Air China has resumed flights to Johannesburg's O.R. Tambo International Airport after 3 years. China is one of South Africa's most important sources of tourists, but all flights were halted since the COVID-19 pandemic hit in 2020. CGTN's Julie Shire reports.
South Africa is one of 20 countries back on Air China's international flight schedule as the airline resumes weekly flights to Johannesburg after 3 years.
This is a significant boost, not just for tourism, a significant boost for trade, for investment, for diplomatic relations, but also people-to-people relations. China is one of our key top source market and a huge trading partner that contributes over 9% of our export.
Chinese tourists were on the move before the devastating COVID-19 pandemic. South Africa alone welcomed just 120,000 global arrivals from its strategic trade partner.
We estimated over 170 million trips were taken by Chinese tourists around the world. And in the first half of the year, they estimate $127 billion was spent on tourism from these Chinese tourists. So if we just look at those numbers, we think that the potential is fantastic.
The symbolic Beijing-Shenzhen-Johannesburg flight comes as South Africa prepares to host the BRICS summit later this year.
In the build-up to the BRICS summit, there's a lot of bi-commissions that are happening, business, culture, sports, and Airbus coming from a long-haul destination has a potential of creating almost 3,000 jobs from the subsidiary sectors that are linked to aviation.
And if we can just revive the tourism industry, we'll have hotels again, we'll have services, the service industry, the restaurant industry. South Africa has what a lot of the Chinese tourists are looking for and what they missed during COVID as well. And that is the great outdoors, the great open spaces.
Resumption of flights from China is part of a revival plan for Gauteng's tourism sector, which suffered a devastating blow through the pandemic. International visitor arrivals have improved, but there's still some way to go before the industry has fully recovered. Julie Shire, CGTN, South Africa.